Good morning, children. Today it is my lecture 4 under thermal properties of matter. In the last class I said about the one regarding absolute zero as well as the perfect gas equation. These things we have learnt. Today let us go for the new concept, that is expansion, particularly thermal expansion. Okay. So today let us learn about thermal expansion. First let me tell you what is thermal. Thermal means heat. Expansion means increase in size. So you can remember here, almost all substances like solids, liquids and gases, that is which consists of matter, where you can say solids, liquids and gases, always they expand on heating. You can say almost all solids, liquids expand on heating, you can say, and that during heating naturally they expand, and that is nothing but they increase in the size, they increase in the dimensions of the body. It is called as thermal expansion. Okay, so you can remember, that is increase in size, increase in the dimensions of the body is said to be called as thermal expansion. Okay, now to explain this, I just want to say here, the increase in size, the increase in size, or you can also call it as dimensions, increase in size or dimensions of the body is called thermal expansion. Thermal expansion. Just now I said almost all solids, liquids and gases, they are said to be called as nothing but matter, consists of solids, liquids and gases. They expand, I said. So for your example, let me tell you regarding solids, liquids and if you come across gases. Let me give one example for these things, you will understand much better. So here in solids, you can observe, if a glass bottle if you have taken, if it is that is packed with metallic lid, you can say a glass bottle which is sealed with metallic lid, which is when you want to open it, it will never be opened very easily. When you want to screw this, it will never open very easily. At that time it is completely packed. So at that time what you just do is, you just put the one lid inside the warm water. As and when you put the lid in the warm water, you means you are placing that in warm water. After some time you can observe, you can unscrew the lid very easily. Without any difficulty you can unscrew. Unscrew means you can open the lid very easily, and that is nothing but what happens here, during placing the lid in warm water, after some time you can observe there is an expansion of the metallic lid. That lid will be made up of metallic if it is there, then expansion takes place, due to which you can unscrew the lid very easily. Okay, that is one you can observe for the one, a bottle with a metallic lid. You can observe bottle with a metallic lid. You can give best example for this, where you placing them in warm water, or just if you are just like heating to only the lid part towards the one fire, at that time also you can observe that metallic lid, you can open it very easily. Regarding liquids, I can just give one good example. If you have warm water, let me take one warm water container in which I am placing the thermometer. This thermometer which is filled with mercury. Nothing but that is liquid thermometer, you can say. If that thermometer is placed in warm water, as and when, since it is warm water here, due to which you can observe there is a rise in the level of the liquid inside the thermometer. If you are just removing this thermometer outside this warm water and you are placing this in cold water bath, when you are placing them in cold water bath, then automatically there is a decrease in the level of the liquid. So what do you observe from this? So when you are placing inside the warm water, the mercury level rises. This is due to what? Due to expansion. There is an expansion of liquid takes place, due to which their level rises. And if you are removing that one mercury thermometer from the one warm water and placing them in cold water bath, and due to which after some time you can observe there is a decrease in the level of the liquid in the mercury thermometer. Due to what? And that decreases due to what? Means it is due to contraction of the liquid. So you can say due to contraction the liquid level decreases, and hence you can observe there is an expansion and contraction can be seen in liquids. And if you come across the one gases, you can observe the one balloon which is made up of a balloon which is partially inflated in cool room, and that partially inflated in cool room, that is placed in warm, where is water, where if you have warm water in that, if you are placing the one inflated balloon, and that balloon will be rising, nothing but it is the it takes place expansion, due to which the size increases. Its size increases, and if you are removing that balloon, inflated balloon from the warm water and you are placing in the cold water, after some time you can observe there is a decrease in the dimensions, means there is a decrease in the size of the one balloon due to contraction of the air bubbles, and hence you can observe there is an expansion or contraction can be seen due to placing them once in hot water and once in cold water. So here from all this you can say inflated air balloon, you can say that can be observed for this air balloon. So I have given 3 examples here where this thermal expansion takes place in solids, liquids as well as in gases. In all the 3 states of matter, the expansion takes place as and when it is heated. Heated means you are just giving some heat to the substance. Naturally, there is an expansion takes place that can be observed in all the 3 states of matter. I hope now I have understood these examples. When you come across in our day-to-day life, it's a very interesting concept we can observe. In every day, we can observe these examples because of one thermal expansion. Right? Now, today let me explain the expansion. How this expansion takes place. I said just now, the expansion takes place in all the 3 states of matter. What is the cause of thermal expansion? So let me tell you the cause of thermal expansion. To explain this cause of thermal expansion, you can observe where it is an atoms or molecules which are there in solids. You can take an example of solids. When solids, what happens? The atoms or molecules will be there, and these atoms and molecules which are existing in solids. What they do when they are at any given temperature, that there are some positions at any given temperature in solids, you can observe atoms and molecules are at some positions, and when they are nothing but they are held at equilibrium distance. So these molecules will be held at equilibrium distances, you can explain. These are held at distances. And now, when you just heat this one solid, when you heat it, what happens? You are giving some temperature. Temperature means the degree of hotness will be observed. When you are increasing the one temperature, you are raising the temperature, nothing but you are heating it. So when you are heating that, what happens? These molecules are atoms which are at these positions. They start vibrating from their mean positions. They start vibrating about their mean positions, and always they vibrate with maximum amplitude, due to which they move in different positions and they move at different random distances. They vibrate with larger amplitude, and hence you can observe these will scatter in different positions. You can observe they will not be in equilibrium positions. There are different positions where you can say they are vibrating with larger amplitude, and these atoms and molecules will be held where the vibration takes place, and due to which you can say their molecules the positions of the molecules will be disturbed, and hence there will be at random positions where amplitude increases, you can say here. Means the distance increases, the motion of vibration takes place, hence the distance increases. And due to which you can say as the distance increases means there is a separation between these molecules will increase. As the separation between these molecules increases, naturally you can say expansion takes place. That is how there is a thermal expansion takes place. Okay, for this I can give very good example. If let me say if you have a solid substance, if this is the one solid substance you have, and in this solid substances if I give some heat and the molecule slight heat is given, due to which the molecule starts vibrating with smaller amplitude, and I am just increasing the temperature, and as and when I increase the temperature, these atoms and molecules starts with maximum vibration, nothing but they start vibrating with maximum amplitude, hence they will be moving with a different, that is random motions, and hence naturally they require larger distance to vibrate for this. Hence when they require larger distance, naturally they expand, and this takes place, and that is how expansion takes place. So small amplitude means only when you give small the temperature to it, only it will vibrate with smaller distance. When you increase the temperature, it requires larger distance due to the larger vibrations inside the molecules or inside the atoms which are there in the container, and naturally they require the one larger distance to therefore the expansion takes place. This is how you can observe for the expansions, right? So now they expand, there is nothing but interatomic distance, the separation will be increased, and hence you can say they vibrate with larger amplitude, expansion, hence expansion takes place. This is for how the thermal expansion takes place. Okay, now I just said about what is thermal expansion now, regarding what is the cause of thermal expansion. And remember, in the solids particularly I am explaining now regarding solids. In solids, expansion takes place. So let me tell you the different types of thermal expansions, where I can say different types of thermal expansion. Even liquid also expands, even gases expands, and today in my concept I will explain when solids are heated, expansion takes place. That expansion is called thermal expansion, and there are different types of thermal expansion. Let me explain you the types of thermal expansion. So different types of thermal expansions. Let me tell you one by one. There are three different types. So one is called as linear expansion. Second one, let me call it as area expansion. And third one, you can also call it as area expansion, also called as superficial expansion. Superficial expansion. Third one, volume expansion. Or cubical expansion. Third one is volume expansion or cubical expansion. What do you understand by this linear expansion means? It is the increase in the length of the metal rod. Increase in the length of the metal rod is called thermal expansion. Let me tell you, it is the increase in the length, increase in the length of the metal rod. Metal rod is called linear expansion. Increasing the length of the metal rod is called a linear expansion, I said. Let me draw you this example for this. Let me tell you. For example, this is the one metal rod you have here. This is the original length of the metal rod. Right? Now, this is before heating. Before heating, you have this metal rod. Before heating the metal rod, you have this. And after heating, what happens? This is after heating. After heating, you get this. Okay. Now for this, I just give the name as L dash. Let me say for your original length is L naught, and let me say the new length is L for your reference. So this is before heating, the rod size is this much, and you have this one. And now if you observe here, this is the one rod. Let me shade it, you will understand better. So this was the original size of the rod. Now it has been increased in size, where let me say this is called as the one delta L. What is this delta L? Increase in the size of the rod, where you are observing this is delta L. This is the increase in the size of the rod. Hence, I can say the new length after heating, you get this. There is an expansion takes place. You may feel that, madam, when the rod is heated, only the length means it increases in the straight line, where you can say that only the length increases. You may also wonder whether the width or maybe you can say the breadth or maybe the height does not increase. It will also increase. You need not worry that they will never increase. They will also increase. But as compared to this, their increase will be very small. They are increased with very negligible size, due to which when you observe very negligible size means that cannot be taken into account. Hence we neglect the one breadth and height. Only we take into consideration the length. Hence we call it as it has increased in the straight line. It has increased in the length. Hence it is called as linear expansion. So remember, increase in the length of the metal rod is said to be called as linear expansion. Hope you understood now. Remember, already you have taken the rod. Let me say this is the rod, where you have taken this is the rod. But this rod will be having its length. but at the same time it will be having breadth, at the same time it will be having the one height. So length, breadth and height also will be there, but as you compare, the one increase in the one breadth and height compared to the length is very small, which is very negligible, that is not taken into account, hence it is neglected. Only the length has been considered, hence it is called increase in the length of the metal rod is called as the linear expansion. Hope you understood this one, right? Now you can also take this is the one condition. If this is the one rod, let me say this is of what shape type of rod, you know this is the nothing but called as length, this is said to be called as breadth, this is said to be called as the one height. So if you observe this, the breadth and the height will be also be expanded, but they are negligible in size, hence compared to this length they are very negligible, so they have been neglected. Only this length has been taken into consideration, we say linear expansion. Hope you understood this one, right? Similarly, let me go for the second one, where you can say this is called as the superficial, that is expansion or area expansion, where it is also the increase in area of the metal, that is increase in area of the metal plate, I can say, is called as superficial expansion or areal expansion, that is nothing but area expansion. So it is the increase in the area, increase in the area of the metal plate, metal plate is called area expansion or superficial expansion. So you can observe here for this, where I can give this one the example here. Let me say this is the one metal plate. This is the one metal plate you have. Let me say the area of this metal plate is A, and this is nothing but there is an increase in the surface area. I can say very clearly that is increase in the surface area. Increase in the surface area. Okay, so for this let me tell you, when I say increase in surface area like this, so if this is A, this will become delta A. Small change in the area, nothing but length and breadth. Both length as well as breadth will increase. Hence you can say here this is nothing but surface area has been increased. We call it as the superficial expansion or linear expansion. Sometimes you instead of A you can also write S, and for this we can write delta S. Both are correct. You need not worry. You can give this name as S and this is delta S. If it is A, this is taken as delta. Okay. Now the third one is cubical expansion. This is increase in the volume. You can say increase in the volume of the block. If you take a block, in that is on heating, there is an increase in the volume of the block. Therefore you can say that is here metal plate is called, that is increase in the surface area of the metal plate due to heating. You can say what is that? Let me write here, otherwise you will miss the word. It is increase in the length of the metal rod due to heat, due to heating. Metal rod during heating. Here, okay. If I write like this, it will become. It is called linear expansion. It is the increase in the surface area of the metal rod due to heating. After heating only get this area expansion. Simply if you keep it, will never expand. Okay, this volume expansion. It is increase in the volume of the nothing but the volume of the cube due to heating. Let me tell you, it is the increase. It is the increase in due to heating. Due to heating is called volume expansion. Volume expansion. Or you can also call this as cubical expansion. You can also call it as cubical expansion. So please observe here you can say cube I said. For this I can give the example of cube here like this. So here this is volume, this will be taken as delta V. So this you can observe in the three figures you have observed here. This is before heating, this is after heating, you get the dotted lines. This is the dark lines before heating, and after heating you get the dotted lines. So you are observing here the one expansion, how does it take place, particularly in solids. Let me say I have taken an example of solids. So in solids, where we are explaining about thermal expansion, in that we come across three different types of thermal expansion. One is called as a linear expansion, second one called as superficial expansion, also it is called as area expansion, third one volume expansion or cubical expansion. For these three I have drawn these figures here. For this I have given the example how before heating what was the position of this rod, and after heating how the changes has been observed, and how it has been neglected the one breadth and height in this figure, and what is the reason behind this I said. So you are only considering only the increase in length. So we call it as increase in length of the metal rod during heating. It is called as the one linear expansion. Okay, so again if you come across the one plate, metallic plate if you take, and that metallic plate earlier the size was this position, and after heating what happens, it increases in its length and breadth, nothing but area has been increased, due to which you can observe the one area expansion, also called as superficial expansion. And the third one, where you are seeing this cube, and this cube where it has length, breadth and height, all the three sides it will increase after heating, nothing but length has been increased, breadth also has been increased, and also the height has been increased. So all the three sides it has been increased. So we say it is called as volume expansion, or you can also call it as cubical expansion. So you can say in one sentence where it is the increase in the volume of the cube, nothing but due to heating, is called as the volume expansion or cubical expansion. And for these three I have drawn these figures. You can observe these figures and you can analyze how the expansion has been taken place, especially in solids. Right? So now I have given types of expansions. Now I said how linear expansion, superficial and the volume expansion, the ones definitions I said. Their figures I have explained. Now let me give you this in the mathematical expansion. How you explain how the expansion takes place, what are the changes you observe, that you can express in the mathematical form. I show that in the mathematical expressions. Hope you understood these things. Let me just go for the next part, the expansion. So particularly first I will explain linear expansion. I will explain the detailed study of linear expansion. That will be similar for the one superficial expansion as well as for cubical expansion. But there is a slight changes. What changes you have, what are the different symbols you come across, I will explain this especially particularly for all the three. So please make a note and remember this comfortably. Okay, now let me go for the first one, linear expansion. So please observe for this linear expansion. Now let me go for this one called as here. Let me tell you what it is. For this I explain, under this we come across the new word called as coefficient of linear expansion. So let me tell you what it is. Coefficient of linear expansion, that symbol is alpha. Okay, now to explain this coefficient of linear expansion, first let me take the one rod. This is the one rod you are using here, and this rod of length L0, and before it is heating you got this size. The same rod after heating you get the increase in the length, and I have shown this in the figure, that is length L. The new length is L, and that is after heating it is. Okay, now this is the one reference figure I have to refer for this coefficient of linear expansion. Now to explain this, first let me take the condition here, that is what happens, increase in the length, how does it take place? It depends on two factors. Increase in the length depends on what? Increase in the length depends on the one called as the original length, and also it is increase in length mainly depends on rise in temperature. So this increase in length depends on two factors. So as one you can observe, when increase in length is directly proportional to rise in temperature. Increase in length is directly proportional to, there is a small rise in temperature. As the temperature rises, naturally there is an increase in length. So how to explain this increase in length? We have original length L0 and the new length is L. So the difference in this length is called as increase in length. So please make a note, the difference in the length is called as nothing but called as increase in length. For your reference, I write the new length is L and the original length is L0. So the difference is L minus L0 is proportional to rise in temperature. I said there is a small rise in temperature, so I write delta T. I am writing a small rise in temperature represented by delta T. Now, the second point, increase in length is directly proportional to the original length. So, increase in length is directly proportional to original length. The second point you can observe here, it mainly depends on this original length. So, let me write increase in length is proportional to, that is original length. Okay, what is increase in length? Again you can write L minus L0 is proportional to original length L0. Now we have observed it depends on two factors. A solid, as and when it is heated, naturally I said there is an expansion takes place, and you know earlier we have named it as the original length as L0 and the new length as L. So when you just heat it, you are raising the temperature. For small rise in temperature it is delta T. So this depends on two factors. It is coefficient of linear expansion mainly depends on two factors. One is increase in length, directly proportional to rise in temperature. Second one, increase in length, directly proportional to original. So now you have got this expression. Now let me combine equation 1 and 2, where you are rewriting the equation as combining equation 1 and 2, where I can write L minus L0 is proportional to, that is L0 delta T. So I am combining equation 1 and 2. Here equation 1, that is L minus L0 we have, and the directly proportional delta T, and second one it is directly proportional to L0. Now this can also be written as L minus L0, where it is proportional to L, that is nothing but L0 into delta T. What do you want to write here in this case? where let me write u here. This can be written as, when you remove this proportionality, there arises a constant, and that constant can be represented by symbol alpha. This is proportionality, but after removing proportionality you get a constant. So I write L minus L naught is equal to, we get proportionality, that is alpha, L naught delta t. Please observe, this is proportional. This is alpha symbol. What is this alpha called as? Alpha is called as coefficient of, here I have written the symbol coefficient of linear expansion. Coefficient of linear expansion is represented by symbol alpha. Right? Now this can also be written as, when you want to write this in terms of this one, where I rewrite for this one alpha. So let me write alpha is equal to, let me rewrite L minus L naught divided by L naught into delta t is equal to alpha. I keep this as this. What do you observe here? This is L minus L naught divided by L naught into delta t. For this, I write the formula, you will understand what it is. That is, in wordings I write what it is. Alpha means coefficient of linear expansion. So let me write here. This is regarding the formula. I read it as, that is increase in length divided by, this is called original length into rise in temperature. Is equal to alpha. What is this alpha called as? Alpha is called as coefficient of linear expansion. So please observe this coefficient of linear expansion that I have written this one in wordings, where this is called as increase in length divided by original length into rising temperature is equal to alpha. What is this alpha? Coefficient of linear expansion. Now by observing this, you are ready to define coefficient of linear expansion. Just by looking to that, you are ready to write the one coefficient of linear expansion. How to define this? Coefficient of linear expansion can be defined as, it is the one increase in the length, it is increase in length per unit original length per rise in temperature. So please observe, very simple definition it is. So coefficient of linear expansion can be defined as, it is increase in length per original length per rise in temperature. Because it is in denominator, so we write per degree rise in temperature. So this is how we are defining the definition for coefficient of linear expansion. So I write coefficient of, definition of alpha. This is alpha, nothing but coefficient of linear expansion. It is defined as increase in length divided by original length. You have increase in length per, you can say per unit original length, because it is divided by this you have. So per unit original length, per unit original length per degree rise in temperature. This is the one definition for coefficient of linear expansion. Okay, so we have written the expression for this one. Now you can also write this in another way, where you can write this L minus L naught. It is a small rise in length. So that can be written in terms of delta L, where you can also write this alpha symbol like this. Alpha is equal to delta L by L into delta T. you write it as delta L. What is this L naught? Nothing but original length, and into delta T. By using this, you are ready to write the SI unit for this. Remember, length is measured in meters in SI system. This is also measured in meters. Meter gets cancelled, but divided by temperature. Temperature is expressed in degree centigrade or per Kelvin. So you can say alpha is equal to, that is per degree centigrade or per Kelvin. That is, this is the one SI unit for this coefficient of linear expansion. Okay, hope you understood this. Today we have started the one thermal expansion. In that thermal expansion, first I said what is thermal expansion? Nothing but the increase in the size of the body is called as thermal expansion. In this thermal expansion, I said about what is the cause of thermal expansion. After learning this, we have learned different types of thermal expansion, and also we have learned the figures, three types of expansions: linear expansion, superficial expansion, and next is cubical expansion. And just now I explained the first one called as linear expansion. In this linear expansion, you have learned the one definition. Along with that, you have observed this figure. Again, you have come across the next part is the next coefficient of linear expansion. That depends on two factors. One is rise in temperature, another that is the original length. So using this, we have shown this formula. After getting this formula, again I have written this in the wordings: increase in length per original length into rise in temperature. And using this, I have defined this. How to define? It is defined as the increase in length per unit original length per degree rise in temperature. This is the one definition you have. This formula can also be written like this. After writing this, you are ready to write the SI unit and CGS unit, where you get this is per degree centigrade and also per Kelvin. So here just now we have learnt about alpha, where coefficient of linear expansion, and for this I give very good example, that is for the one alpha, that is copper, where you can say copper is 5 times greater than glass. So please observe, very simple example I will give, where all metals are good conductors. At the same time, this metal, particularly if I take one copper, where alpha, the copper value for alpha is, it is 5 times greater than the glass. So let me express this in the value, you will understand much better what is the value for alpha. So let me write for alpha. Alpha for copper, that is the coefficient of linear expansion for copper is 5 times greater than glass. I said 5 times greater than glass. So you can understand how much it is. So always this expand, the coefficient of linear expansion are expressed into of the order of 10 raised to minus 5 per degree centigrade or per Kelvin you can say. So the value is, it is for copper, it is 1.7 into 10 raised to minus 5 per degree centigrade. For glass, it is 0.32 into 10 raised to minus 5 per degree centigrade. So you can observe that is nothing but it is 5 times, particularly Pyrex glass you can say, which is called as Pyrex glass, where you can observe this is the value for us. So by looking to this, you are ready to say copper is 5 times greater than the glass, particularly the one coefficient of linear expansion. And this you can also extend for the volume expansion also. There I will give again explaining volume expansion. I will also explain some examples and you will understand much better. Along with that, you come across the one how volume expansion will be explained for giving different examples. Okay, so at present today we have only learned the one linear expansion in detail with formulas along with these things. So in the next class, I will explain the one area expansion by using this very simple way, because whatever you understood today, if you understand correctly, then the next class will be very simple, because the same concepts I'll explain, but I give different symbols for area expansion and also for cubical expansion, but formula remains the same type formula it is, but slightly different. We explain SI units are same and only the formulas are same, but instead of writing size, increase in length, here I said increase in length. In the next class I will explain increase in area to original area, that is rise in temperature. Same type I will explain, and we come across the one beta and gamma also. That is nothing but beta for the coefficient of superficial expansion, and next one is coefficient of the one cubical expansion. Those things I will explain giving some examples. Hope you understood it very easily, and that I have explained comfortably with all the steps. So be careful. If you are perfect today, and the next class will be very comfortable and you will feel very easy. Only slight changes you have to make a notice while explaining the definitions and concepts. Thank you.